Hello, everybody. Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming Show. And right now, I'm announcing that I quit the show right now. See you, HDK out.
What?
Ah, just kidding. Just wanted to start the show with a bang. I thought,
Nice.
get it out of the way. But now, in all seriousness, welcome to the original Next Level Gaming Show. My name is Peter Heutink, aka HDK, and today we have our fantastic co-host, Mike Mullis, Sting NLG, Juan Gallardo. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Hello.
Great. So, Mike, you always last, when we go around the table, you always last. So I thought I'll take charge in this, be the primary host for this introduction. So
awesome.
So
and
you're
you
doing
did
great.
You did so well.
Yes,
well,
indeed.
Just trying. But what have you been playing this week, man?
Oh man. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you, Peter, for that wonderful introduction. And hopefully, you boys are having a great weekend, or start to the great weekend. I have been playing a couple of things, mostly a little retro. I have to give shouts out to Niall, who's in the chat room, and Super Cooper and Jeremy and you, Peter, and everyone else who jumped in to watch me rock and roll through that game Breakdown on the OG Xbox. And
OGBC for the win.
oh my goodness, 17 hours and 8 hours in the last quarter of the game.
Nice.
Every time I thought I beat that game, another level came. And even at the way end, Coop and I it was down to Coop and I. Coop was not going to sleep until I beat the game. So it got to this last part where I finally beat the Nexus. And we're like, yeah. I'm like, Coop, I think I got it. And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's one more level. And he's like, and I was like, you've got to be kidding.
Wow.
And it was a driving level at that. I had to jump into a Jeep and drive to a chopper and jump into a chopper. And I missed it the first time. And it was so funny. But,
Right.
those guys who followed me on that stream, really, and a lot of them, like Niall and Soup and Jeremy, like they hung in for like the second to last video was 5.5 hours, and they hung in.
Wow.
So I was just, it was fun. And then last night I played some more Bounce Rescue, which actually for $10 is a cute little game. The stream's up, you can see the stream on the channel, but it's a really cute little platformer. So that's what I've been up to this week.
Nice. What about you, Juan?
Mostly Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, no surprise there, right?
Yeah, right. Especially with the Curse sales launching. I did mess around with some Forza. Did a couple more series races. I busted out the old... there was a Mustang back in the 80s that I first saw as a kid in life as a race car, and it was like an IMSA GT special, so it had the super wide body and the big spoiler, and it was just so wild, and I fell in love with it as a kid. It was the first model that I ever created, and I put all this love and time into the model, painted up real nice, and it had the decals you soak in water and then put over it,
Right.
It was amazing, right? And Forza added it for free about a month ago. And it's the only game it's been in, Forza 7 that is, only game it's been in since then, 30 plus years.
Right.
So I thought I got the chance to drive the thing and do a series that I could race that car. And I've been running through those 5 or 6 races. And as I always do, I set it, for super long and ultra difficult and everything, and put the big mods on it for the big money. And it's been so rewarding when you win,
Right.
That solid hour of my hands hurt when I'm done because I'm like, Arr, But yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Nice. Yeah,
And
myself, it's like I've been playing some Sea of Thieves, and then some Sea of Thieves, and some more Sea of Thieves.
Game of the year, man.
Yeah, Game of the Year. Also, like a ton of frustrations at times, but hey, it's
That's part of why, though.
frustration of the
Exactly.
year.
mostly good.
Very nice.
So, but Mike, what's on the docket tonight?
I was going to ask you, Mr. Superhost.
No!
I've got. First, I wanted to very, very quickly before we move to anything. I wanted to give a shout out to my man John Meadows from. Oh, geez, come on, Mike. From Gamers Lounge podcast. He turned me on to this wonderful new microphone that I have. And I have no idea how it sounds, so people are going to have to tell me if the volume is good and that kind of thing. But this whole contraption that is stuck to my desk right now with the whole thing, and there's a pop filter if I wanted to use it and all that, $6 on Amazon.
Nice.
It was like $20, and then he gave me an 80% off code, and I got this for $6.
Wow.
And it is awesome. So this is I feel professional now.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like you guys, like Peter and his you got the Blue Yeti, right?
I got Blue Yeti.
Yeah. So, you know,
That looks the business.
I don't have a fancy stand.
well, this one's actually it's kind of cool. But it is also bulky, so when I'm not using it, I may not have it stuck to this, you know. But anyway, I wanted to give him a shout out because he turned me on to this. I said, "What the heck, $6? You can't, with Prime, you can't beat that." And here it is. So, gotta let me know how it sounds.
Nice.
So,
I mean, on my end, you sound perfectly clear, and
Yep.
awesome.
Annihilator says you sound like a gay chipmunk, but hey,
Nate's not on the show tonight.
well, yeah. But
What's up, Coop?
Hey, what's up, Coop? Oh,
That's
he's
super
got one of
cool.
these mics too. See?
Oh.
There's John. John's
Hey.
in the chat. Thank you, my brother.
Hello, John.
I'm telling you, man. This was
Jeff.
great. Hey, Jeff, what's up? Look at that. Our chat room's going already.
Mike sounds like Mike. That's the best we can hope for, really.
yeah, if you would sound like Crazy One, then you would think like, hey, wait a minute,
What the hell's going on in this world?
there's an imposter going around.
Damn media.
Yeah, darn it.
Indeed. Media bias.
All right, Peter. It's your show, brother. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Cursed Sales and Sea of Thieves, since it's Crazy One's of mine super favorite.
And right now, it's just so hot.
It's super hot. I mean, so there are really like two components, right? Where you have the kind of the story mission, where you have to find out what happened to Wanda.
Right.
So you go around the island and find clues and solve that kind of mystery. Or basically, at that point, you'll be turned loose, and then you have to find the Skelly ships. So maybe you want to tell some of the battles we've had, Juan.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. We've done it a few times. There are commendations that you earn in the game, and there are different commendations involved with this that earn you the doubloons, which is kind of the special currency used by the Build Rat faction to get level bumps or money or cosmetics. And there's different requirements. Like one of them is to it's called Battle Hardened Sloop, and so that's what you get that if you manage to complete a skeleton fleet. It says you have to target a ship, like called the Cursed Helm, but actually there's waves that you have to fight through, almost like the Skeleton Forts. And so you've got a single spawn skeleton ship, and then another one when you sink it, and then it starts double spawns. And I want to say it's like 4 times. It might be 10 boats.
Yeah, I think 2 single ones and then 2 double ones. I think.
I lose count because
me too. It's like it sure is.
But
and even the sounds sound like you're doing the Skelly Forts,
Right. Yeah. There's a wave.
Last wave and,
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
captain comes out. You have the same
Music
sound.
kicks on. Oh, it's just so epic, right? Even their appearance is kind of sweet because you'll be sailing along, and then the music will start, and they'll almost like the Flying Dutchman come up out of the water and like they have been submerged, and it was so great. Was it last night that we did the Brigantine? It was last night, right?
I
so
think
tired.
so. I mean,
Had
we've
you
had
guys
so many
not-
great battles that it's like.
Had you guys
What
not
was
done
that?
the Brigantine yet?
Well, we had sailed with it
Yeah.
and such, but
Okay.
none of us had the battle hardened accommodation for it, and we went
Gotcha.
kind of an off hour, I guess. There wasn't anyone there to alliance with, which is a new mechanic in the game, which is pretty sweet actually. And so as there was nobody to ally with, we We super stocked the boat. We filled it up to completion. We had like 300 cannonballs plus what's in our pocket and tons of planks and everything. And we took on the whole fleet just by ourselves with the one ship. And it was pretty tough. We had to run a fairly tight ship. The communication level was on point, and we kept the repairs handy and did damage when we could. And then it was pretty brutal, but we won. And we actually had a little help too. The Meg came along, Megalodon came along and attacked skeleton ships towards the end there and helped us out quite a bit. Right. So that was just fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat that that the Megalodon even attacks the ghost ships. That's what it should be, but it's nice that they actually did that.
I managed to get a killer clip of it. We were fighting the last two ships, and they were both turning kind of in a line with each other, and we were outside of their arcs of guns. So if their guns are like this, facing out from their broadsides, we're in the middle up here, kind of a safe spot. We're hammering on them, and I met a gun, and I turned to target a ship, and from off-screen left, the Megalodon, and all of its hugeness comes off the side and just on the ship that I was targeting. It's just, man, it's
and
so
then you
great.
can see how big that thing is, too. With its mouth
so
wide open, it's like it swallows that thing whole.
Yep. So, yeah, it was just amazing. The game still gets a fair amount of hate and all that, but I haven't, this generation had a game that has given me the same kind of like highs and lows and laughter and like frustration and cursing at it. And
speaking of Maggie, there he is.
Surprise. Yeah. I love the Meg.
Yeah.
I never shoot the Meg. The Meg is my friend now.
Well, you don't want to, upset it, because then, if you aggravate it, it might charge you.
Still cannot. There's just, I can't get over the water. I can't. Every time
I keep improving it, actually. Every
time I turn this game on, I say the exact same thing. I cannot get over how the water looks. I mean, it is. I've been boating all of my life, and obviously it doesn't always look like this out there in the seas. But I have boated through storms. I have boated through calm waters. I have boated in the ocean. This is just unbelievably, realistically epic water. I can never get over how great it looks. And you just, there are times when the moon shimmies off of it, but there's times like right there where the sun shimmies. There's places where it gets, green when you've got a lot of algae and things on the bottom, but it also, you could also get a lot of blue. It's just, I can't get over it.
Yep. It's really nice. Now, another addition to the game with the Cursed Sails was the Brigantine ship itself, which I love it. Yep. It's a really nice fit between the previously available sloop and galleon. If you have 3, you can run it like a dream. 2 can do it really fine. You can even solo it, although it's a bit of a pain to stop. But it's fast too.
It
accelerates
unbelievably fast.
Yeah, the fast is real nice.
It's the sloop's little bigger brother.
Yeah.
Yep. It's really easy to bail. It's a little tougher to keep afloat than the sloop, I think, because of its length. You have to travel more to do repairs and to and things. But with a few little exceptions,
but it's only 2 levels.
Yeah, well, the top deck and below decks, yeah.
Right.
Which is a vulnerability in itself too, because a galleon has that second deck that's above water to absorb hits.
Right.
And as long as you don't get sunk to where it's a problem, you can take those hits all day and not care. Every hit on this boat is a leaker. Yes. So that becomes a problem pretty quick. But yeah, it's a real sweetheart of a ship. It's pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of it.
I mean, there were times, we're running it right now in this video. This is the Brigantine for those who haven't seen it. There were times when we catch the wind that you zip by an island so fast that it almost feels like you have an engine.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a ridiculously awesome ship. It's good. I think it'll be. I think where it will probably shine the best is doing the missions, doing the grinding. I don't know that it's got the durability to really outshine a galleon for PvP or even the skeleton crews. The galleon durability just sets it apart.
Right. But also, like with the galleon, you have like 4 cannons on each side versus 4 total.
Right. Yeah. The galleon. So. If you have some competent gunners, you put 3 dudes on the guns, and you can bring down even a galleon quick.
Mm-hmm.
If they're cycling the gun fast. So
this sucker,
yeah,
look how fast this is. If I'm purposely trying to look at the island. I mean, look how fast you're going at this point. It is insane. But that ship too, you got to remember, this ship is highly maneuverable. So you can get behind a galleon if you need to very quickly. If you need to get out of the way of its guns, you can.
Well, it all depends on the wind too, and how you sail with it. The galleon's still the fastest ship with the wind. Into the wind, it's going to do much more poorly. But there's nothing as fast as a galleon with 3 sheets. Not even close.
True.
I don't know. This was pretty fast.
Oh no, yeah, it's been pretty well tested in the Pioneer group and all that, and the thing about this, the thing that makes it feel so fast is that it gets to its top speed much quicker than a galleon. But a galleon will run it down. A galleon will always run down anything with the wind.
Might have to put that to the test. We didn't run into anybody in this voyage except for the Skelly ships. We're headed out to see. We're headed out to take one on now, so you'll see it. But look, man, you'll see it as we go. And by the way, the video is usually much smoother than this. I pulled this off of Twitch, and Twitch runs videos at 60 frames per second, even if the game is 30. So some of the hitching that you're seeing is actually what we pulled off Twitch. It's the game has smoothed out so much. Technically, like
they've made a lot of optimizations and improvements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This has been this part of the game, this part of the Cursed Sails for me was really fun. Getting 3 people together and going after the skeleton ships. The part that we're not. That I kind of skipped past was Fastback was trying to help me with the mission, with the quest, and thank goodness he knew where everything was, because to me the quest is not great. I had a tough time with the clues, and I tried running myself. I think it was either last night or Wednesday night to try to catch up to everybody because everybody else had done it, and I was in a sloop, and I ended up going to the spot where I left off and just couldn't figure out where I was supposed to go from there, and I just gave up.
Well, let us know if you need help finishing it, because we've done it, and it gets you some kind of cool looking sails for it when you're done too.
Yeah, you need those sails if you want to do the go for the commendations. Because your entire fleet has to fly the particular colors for whatever region you're in, and if you do that, then you get your accommodations.
I decided to hang off the side of the ship and just
ride.
Yeah, I was ship surfing.
Very nice. It's a good tactic if you have one of the chests of sorrow that cry, because they still haven't fixed it where it will actually not leak into the boat when you are on the ladder. So if it starts crying and filling up the boat, you can go hang off the ladder and be in good shape.
I don't think it should fill up your ship if you hang it off, though. The
thing
is, if you hang it off, you're one man short,
right,
doing your chores. So, somebody could shoot you out with a cannon and you fall in the water and lose your chest.
So that was a skeleton ship appearing there, like I was saying.
Yep.
Just popping up out of the water, the flying Dutchman, and then of course they had the cursed cannonballs, and they have snipers in the rigging, which is a new addition to game 2. The Eye of Reach skeletons that pack the sniper rifles. They're kind of a pain, but yeah, they got the cursed cannonballs, and the different ships tell you what their balls are by the name. So the ship we've hunted so far has been the cursed helm, and when you get hit with one of those, it can lock up your helm. You can't steer. There's also the foul grog, which makes everyone on the boat drunk.
And that's what we experience. And I'll skip to getting back on the boat because we all got knocked off the boat. See our brigantine.
Very nice.
Yeah. Now later on, Fastback killed the captain of that ship. He got on there and killed the captain, and that thing ran aground and just stayed there. So we tried to attack it. And tried to wipe it out. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then the dancing demon will lock you in the dancing animation. You'll be stuck curse advance, which is really, really hairy when like cannonballs are flying past your head or the ship is filling up and you would really rather be bailing. So yeah, but yeah, it's come a long way, this game, and I hope that if they can continue to add to it with the kind of things they're adding now and expand upon it and improve more even, it could be my game of the generation because it just has real legs for people who are looking for this kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of negatives with this new curse sales. One of them is like there's like one commendation where you have to go to the wild. I forgot what it's called. The wild waters, wild something. And you can only do that during like crazy hours, like from 4 a.m. to 8.
Right, and then again
8 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's for a lot of people. It becomes kind of a headache because they either have work or asleep. I think they might be fixing that in 2 weeks or.
Yeah, with
adjusting some time, so I'm basically rotating the different kind of battles that you have to fight. But yeah, that's a major negative and / letdown.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, no doubt. They're giving us through the 7th to get these first groups of ships done. So hopefully, with some weekend time, it'll be a little easier to get to the time you need to be playing.
Right.
I'm not sure. I think it ties back to their being kind of new at this style of game that they had not thought very far into that time frame thing. I don't think because for someone like me, I get off work and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I go home. It's 3. I can get in, but who else is playing?
Right.
And
and that's another big kind of a negative. It's like tonight I played and I didn't see any other ships to form an alliance.
Well, the thing is, during the time you're playing has been the time that people have been able to play. So that we've done the Cursed Helm, we've sank that ship, we've been through that fleet. So during that time, it's not going to be busy,
right?
At that particular area anymore. Because each area, the Shores of Plenty, the Ancient Isles, and the Wilds have their own fleet right now. We've done one of them, but it's been the one that we could do because of our schedule. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, either over the weekend or when they make the shift where they start rotating, which one is at which hour slot, that we'll be able to wrap it up. I don't have any doubt. We've got it pretty well worked out on how to do it now. And if anybody's looking, to play and looking to how to do it, a couple real quick tips. Ally if you can, but more ships is always better.
Yeah. Stock
the hell out of your boat. The galleon and the brig can both hold 3 barrels worth of cannonballs. That's 300 cannonballs, and especially if your ship's going alone, you're going to need them. We went through 267 cannonballs sinking the ships when we did it last night, and that goes for planks. Bananas are a little less necessary because if you die, you don't eat a banana. Say bananas, but the planks and cannonballs are key, and also boarding should be part of the strategy, especially if you have more than one ship. Like if you've got a galleon with the 4 guns and a sloop, maybe have a dude from the sloop board the ship so he can get on there and disrupt repairs because they will patch up holes, they will bail water, but if someone's in there killing skeletons, you can disrupt that process and really shorten the time or the number of cannonballs you need to put into it to sink it.
Right. Or jump on there on that boat with a barrel.
Right.
Exploded. Yep. So A, you create more holes, and B, everybody around you will die too. So the repair guys have to respawn.
And if you can manage to kill the captain, then there's no one maneuvering the ship, and it can get either almost stopped or even stuck in a turn where you can track it easier. It doesn't do the offensive maneuvers, but yeah, no, it's been a real good add to the game, and like everything that they've done, there's a timed element to it now. So we're going to earn our doubloons and our accommodations and cosmetics and stuff. Yep, that happens. Yep. And then once that's over, there's still going to be a thing, kind of like the Megalodon is. They'll still be in the world once their little rebellion is quashed, and maybe pop up here and there as encounters. Or you can go hunt them, because we did pretty good with loot when we soloed them.
Oh, yeah.
From a distance, I can see my ship getting its ass kicked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the loot is about equivalent to one of the skull forts, and this is a lot less PvP centric. So if you're not into the whole PvP thing, you know, right now at least, when people are still looking to get all their accommodations and everything, there's a lot of teamwork. It might change a little bit as people get finished up,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I'm gonna cut myself a bit because I could talk for a lot about Sea of Thieves.
And also, I'm not sure if you said that, if you already told that tip, but shoot them at the, shoot the skelly boats at the lower deck. So don't waste your cannonballs by shooting an upper deck, because it doesn't do much damage unless they're already full with water, and they, then it will help.
Yeah, just like a player galleon.
But yeah, exactly. It's
low hits count better.
Low hits.
Yeah, this was the was it here? No, at some point, I have to skip a little bit. At some point, like you said, Fastback had figured out how to get to the ship and run it aground. But I'll show you real quick if I can. Here's me going down with the ship again. Yeah, we did a lot of that. did a lot of going down with the boat.
Here's another thing: if you are in an alliance and your boat gets sunk, you spawn close.
Right.
That's
just nice.
And if you're not in an alliance, and
that'll be something to think about for Fort PvP as well.
Right.
I think.
But yeah, I mean, we had some great battles and some great camaraderie with some other ships that even in the end, after battle, you sell your loot, and then like last night, Nate and I, we found two other boats. I think both were brigs, and we were sailing a little sloop, and we did extremely well. It's like we still had like a ton of cannonballs and a ton of planks left, so we pulled in the harbor, we sold our stuff, the other guys sold their stuff, and yeah, we gave them all our resources because we were done for the night. But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, certainly for the skeleton fleet, the Alliance is really the way to go if you can.
Mm-hmm.
One nice thing too about the Alliance that they added is if you are an Alliance, on the ship's chart, it marks the position of other ships in the Alliance.
Yes,
which is real nice.
And that's what And actually, one of the times that we sunk and we went looking for, I'm going to see if I can find it. One of the times they did show up on the map. I think it didn't that time, but there was a point in time when we sank, and when we got back to the map, it ended up showing us on the map was a ship.
Yep.
So.
No, it's pretty handy for that Alliance thing, and I think once the event is over and we kind of get back to doing the Athena's grind we were on, I think that'll actually be pretty sweet. The Alliance as I think I said last week that I have an interesting theory on using that to divvy up the travel on that or the task, so we can do that a little more efficiently. But yeah, all in all, it's just I think been a real solid add to the game again.
Yeah.
No, that stuff is, and I think the Brigantine is for me the best part of the new content, and going up against the skeleton ships. I'm gonna need some help finishing the quest, because like I said, the clues were just not really that great. So it was one point where Fastback said, "Here's where we got to go," and I said, "Well, how do you know?" He goes, "Don't ask me, I just know." I'm like, okay. I think I think Jack had gotten him there, and Jack didn't know how. He just kind of figured it out. So I just, it's one of those things. One of those things. So, but I do enjoy the, I do enjoy the new ship. I do enjoy some of the challenge, and hopefully I get to play some more this week.
We've got accommodations and doubloons to earn, because those doubloons are going to go towards my Pirate Legend status. So we'll be at that for sure.
Yeah, and also you want to do all the battles so you can, what's it called? Get some new stuff for your ship, new
Yep.
sails, new figurehead,
All.
hull, the whole 9 yards. So
That
looks
works.
mighty sweet.
Yeah. All right. Cursed Sales.
Curse and Sails now available.
Yep. Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah,
Sweet Game Pass item right here.
sure is. I mean, it's very enjoyable. So and the Skelly ships, they stay in the game even after the event is over, which is
Yep.
nice too. Just like the Megalodon, and
Yes, sir.
it'll be interesting.
Yes, sir. All right. Cool. What's next?
What's next? You want to talk some NPD
Let's do
results
that.
that came out?
Absolutely. I got to start with this, too. I'm not, you guys know I usually am not the guy who likes to talk about hardware sales because I really don't care. But we got to talk about this for a second.
Yeah, that's
I know,
fair.
because I know there's some crazy opinion on this. First off, how in the world does the NES Classic,
Even you've all said, what the heck?
huh?
Something fell off your
Oh,
wall.
my PS4 box fell off. I got
Probably it's like, what? Nintendo? Ah!
right. That's it. I'm done.
That's
I'm
it.
done.
Grr.
I'm done. Yeah.
How does this outsell the PS4 and the Xbox One? How is this the best selling console of June? How?
Well,
You know why?
I
You
have
know why?
answers.
They finally eliminated the drought of those things. Remember, they
Yeah.
were hard to get, and they finally start producing more. So the market could saturate, and people are like,
Yep. I mean, there's
Yeah,
that.
snag
The
'em.
price is about right.
yeah,
Well, the price is right. That's
price is right.
$70,
Having
right?
both of them, it's the better of the two.
Yeah, no, it's less than 70, isn't it?
Is
Isn't
it?
it 50 or not? I don't know. I forgot. I thought the other one was 79. The
The NES class. It looks like Target's got them for 60.
okay, $60. Yeah,
The Super
and I think the
NES
Super NES that's
is
79. Yeah,
Right.
but I agree with one. The NES is the better of the two.
So why? So, but is it
Why?
choice of
Just
game?
the games. Yeah, just the games.
Yeah, I think so.
This has like the for me at least, like the original classics like Donkey Kong and so
Legend of Zelda.
Super Mario
Yeah.
Brothers 3 is possibly the best Mario Brothers that there ever was. I know it doesn't have like the same look as Super Mario World, but Super Mario World doesn't have the same inventory and suits and some of the level design and things like the. I can't remember what the name of it was, but the costume thing that was like a slipper, the boot,
Mm.
the Hammer Brothers costume.
yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting that this one gets lumped in with all the other consoles and other stuff, because to me it's
Yeah.
like a toy. This is a toy. It's like a fingerling, an electronic toy.
Yeah.
Finger like a
And it's
game.
like
Yeah.
putting it
Game
in there.
and
It's
Watch.
like, oh yeah, Nintendo, whatever. It's so weird. It seems like
It's the Game and Watch.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know that it really actually belongs. On the just the price alone kind of takes out of really competing.
Well, it's
With
Yeah.
other stuff.
and it's an oversized. I mean, it's an undersized emulator. Is honestly what it is. The fact that it cannot play, and it's funny. It's not like we're trying to bag on the thing. I mean, it's perfectly in use. But the fact you can't put a cartridge in it and play cartridges kind of limits. I mean, it's only got 30 games on it. So I kind of get that, but still, I mean it's still outsold everything, including the Switch. It outsold its own brethren.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
well, it's just because of the price, and people just pick it up. That nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I think.
It truly is, because whenever that. So I was, it's funny. I was gonna get the Genesis Mini
Uh-huh.
because that also has HDMI, but But the Genesis does something. Once again, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. The Genesis has the Genesis has the capability of outputting RGB.
Right.
And so my local retro game store, Regen in White Marsh, great store. Yes, I'm going to plug them. They sell SCART cables. Now, if anybody knows what a SCART cable is, it's a European model cable that I'll bring up a picture of it while I'm talking about it. It's a European model cable that plugs into the back of a TV that has special. In Europe, it has a special port in the back, and it's straight up RGB, and the quality of the picture is insanely better than composite and stuff like that. And of course, like the Genesis didn't do, it actually did not do S-Video. S-Video didn't actually come around until, it came around to Saturn. But this is what a SCART cable looks like. And so what I was going to do was get one of these SCART cables, get a regular Genesis, and then get a SCART to HDMI converter, upscaler. So that was going to be my way of doing it cheaply rather than getting the Genesis Mini, and then I'm not bound by whatever internal games there are. So
Right. Well, and then you have the true non-emulating ports.
Right. So yeah, I was just going to say Niall knows what SCART is because he's over in that region where SCART is big. And if you go on YouTube and you just put in Genesis SCART versus composite or Saturn SCART or something like that, it'll show you, and the difference is incredible, especially on a Genesis.
Right.
So Juan, you might want to look into something like that because it's hard to describe unless you actually look at it. You have to see it. So that's what I'm thinking.
See it to believe it.
Yeah. So okay.
But yeah, I grew up with SCART too, so
that's true. You did. So you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I grew up with the RF switch.
As did I.
Slide to TV, to game.
Channel 3. Channel 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the hardware side. So we'll talk about the software side. I have this month's June NPD numbers.
Actually, before we step off a hardware side, there was something I thought I saw that was interesting. One sec. There was some, marketing, one of those tracking places that it looks like they doubled the estimate on what they expected to sell on the X. Like the X, they're saying the X is beating its estimated sales by double.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
everybody is doing extremely well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
and for a $500 console, I think that is a win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not taking most revenue or most. It's not a win in the sense that it's the most numbers. I'm not trying to say that it beat any other of its competitors, but I'm saying that Microsoft has to be happy with that for a $500 console.
Mm-hmm.
Well, their sales overall were year over year higher as well, right. Double higher. So I mean, yeah, everybody's got their charted course now. The PS4 is going to be the best-selling console of this generation. That's all there is to it. Microsoft is doing well and making money where they need to, and they're going to stay around in the game. And Nintendo is doing what Nintendo does, and that is, as you can see from this chart, selling frickin' software.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. And we'll go down the list. First up is Mario Tennis Aces, which when did that come out? That was Mid-June? Was it?
And
That
to be honest, I
was.
don't
No,
remember.
June 22nd.
June
So,
22nd. All
yeah,
right.
so you got about a week in, and it's already the number one game of June. So
Yeah. I mean, people are hungry for, true Switch games, not like, ports.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there was. I think there was getting to be a real thirst for things that were, for the Switch, as opposed to like a remaster, like your LA Noir or anything like that.
right. So that's a you're right. People are waiting for a new game. So there it is. And
What's up, Sam?
Hey, what's going on, Samuel? Nintendo tennis games have always done pretty well. So this is not not totally unexpected.
Yeah, no, and I've heard really good things about it. Depth of play and technique, and it's like a fighting game in disguise, and that's that's good stuff.
Yeah. So taking the second spot is God of War, and that game keeps trucking right along. And
Did it all of a sudden? Oh no, it was last month. I was on second place as well, right?
So
did we didn't
Was
do
it?
we didn't do May games, did we?
No.
I think we had so much going on. We missed May because of
We were too busy playing.
yes, we were too busy playing. So I'm gonna look that up real quick, but I'm not sure. I know that State of Decay. No, we did talk about it because State of Decay was number one, and God of War was number two. So it's hanging on to the number two spot. So great game. So.
See
that, and that's one of my contenders for Game of the Year, and it's got that mode coming up, that replay mode that's supposed to be pretty cool.
Well, New Game Plus.
New Game Plus, yeah. So it's good that it's hanging in there because it's deserving of it. It really is.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if that's I wouldn't be surprised if that's Game of the Year for a couple of places.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
So I mean, it's just really great. So
It hits the check marks that review well. It hits the single player. It hits the cinematic, pretty.
Yeah.
but extremely solid gameplay too. Like
Yeah, definitely. It's not that there's not a lot you can really critique about it.
No, and that's one of the things is that I think if there
Extraordinarily
was,
polished.
yeah, I think if there was game length was good. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. There's really not much negative you can say about the game, if any. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised, and that is probably one of my if not the Game of the Year nominee for me at this point. We still have the rest of the year to go, but to this point. And Sam said he met Cory Barlog at E3. Great dude, soft spoken. Yeah, he kind of seemed that way. He seemed very humble. So, so number 3. Somehow, still,
who doesn't have that game? Come on! I think they make so much money from those shark cards that they just keep buying their own game just to keep it in the list, make it seem relevant.
The theory I heard was that it's kids who weren't old enough to play it. It's been around long enough that now they're old enough to buy it and get caught up and see what everyone was talking about and all that.
Do they have a sticker at GameStop? The same thing as like for cigarettes and stuff. If you're born after 2001,
so
can buy this game. It's amazing.
This game
Yeah.
has helped Take-Two beat their expectations for revenue for the first quarter. I mean, it's just they are approaching 100 million units sold.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
That is unflippin' believable.
And that's why they never made the DLC.
Yep.
now, now
And we will never see DLC for this game.
And you know what? Honestly, it's the GTA Online thing.
Yeah,
that's what they're.
That's where it is. And they keep on spending. They keep on adding to it. Every month it seems like something new comes out, and they keep it alive.
The next one is After Hours.
Yep.
So.
Haven't played it in ages though.
Yeah.
Ages.
Keep in mind, Niall, yes, they keep putting it on sale, but NPD numbers are not about units sold anymore. It's about total revenue.
Yeah,
so
dollars.
consider that going on sale is one thing, but that still means that it has to sell more to make that revenue to get to number 3. Those numbers have to be they've got to be crazy each month.
Yep.
So,
what up,
hey,
Jack?
Welcome. You're just in time. We're talking games and MPDs and cool stuff. So number 4, The Crew 2, which Peter, I know you have.
The Crew 2, yeah. I mean, it's a good game. It's not a not a Forza Horizon by any means, but there are different vehicles, and that makes it fun.
Yeah, planes
variety.
and such.
So it's a solid game.
I always thought of, and I haven't gotten it yet, but I've always thought of The Crew as a great secondary, not even a secondary game. We talked about this before. It's, if I want to go driving through Australia, I've got Forza Horizon 3. If I want to go driving through northern Italy and southern England, southern France, I've got Forza Horizon 2. If I want to go cross-country across the U.S., I've got The Crew. They're games, they're not I don't consider them necessarily as much in competition with each other because they're not the same game. They're not the same tracks. They're totally separate continents at this point.
Right.
So you can play whichever game you feel like playing without having, to pick because one's better than the other. You're basically picking because this is where you want to go.
Yeah.
So,
great game.
Yeah. So,
fifth place, Far Cry 5. Still there, still selling. Could be because of the DLC.
That last DLC, man, that Mars DLC?
At Mars, yeah. I have not played it yet, but I got it through the Season Pass.
I still need to get this game. This would be a game I'd love to get in Game Pass one day.
Yeah.
Man, I hear such good things about it, and it's just time. Time and breakdown. So, keep it going, man.
Let's see. 6th place, Mario Kart 8.
Best thing on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, you buy a Switch and you kind of buy Mario Kart with it.
Top 10, man. They just keep putting games in the top 10. Next one is kind of interesting. Lego Incredibles. I didn't even know that was out.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too.
I didn't even know it came out.
I heard it came out, but I don't. I mean, maybe I heard it because it was tracking in here, and it's like, I don't know. It's interesting.
It was released on June 15th here, and is coming out July 13th in Europe.
Okay.
So, okay. I wonder how that would work with Elastigirl, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Lego type of game. But Lego makes everything now. So
right.
Well, true.
So there you go.
Next place, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. It must be because it got released on Xbox, right?
And FIFA 18 still there.
Oh, sorry. FIFA 18. Wait a second. Isn't FIFA 19 coming out, or is out, or not yet?
FIFA 19 is coming.
But maybe FIFA 18 is because due to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Did they have like a free update out or something World Cup? I think.
Yeah, they added the World Cup to it.
Yeah, so maybe that's why it's still
FIFA 19 is coming out September 28th. Sorry. Yeah, so that's still a month and a half away.
Right.
So. Yeah, we got it. We got it now, thanks. So.
Let's see. Next one is Crash Bandicoot. Probably due to Xbox, I would imagine.
I would say so because it was already out for.
Isn't it Switch too?
Already out
and Switch. So it's probably
and
both
Switch
and
too.
Switch.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
So
yeah, I mean, makes sense. I mean, got it for the PlayStation, so it's a great trilogy. So
I gotta get it. I need to. It's another one that needs to, needs to get to my system. It's that wallet backlog.
Yeah. Or the other backlog is called Game Pass.
Right.
Like I just downloaded Hitman.
Oh yeah.
So when I'm gonna play
like I bought it when it was on sale one Black Friday, and I haven't played it yet.
So.
Yep. No idea when I'll get into it. Cursed Sales will probably have to be over, but yeah.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves have to shut itself down for you to pick another game.
Oh, I don't know. When I get to where I don't have something new to get, and I might play a little less once I get to Pirate Legend, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it all depends on what there is for me to get out of it, or, unless of course I'm helping somebody else.
Right.
There's always that, but yeah, no, Hitman got reviewed pretty well. Everything I've heard,
I'm gonna play that.
Was that it was good, and so since I'm going to be a Game Pass subscriber for as long as it's a thing, and it's on there, why not get it?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, all right, and rounding out the top 10.
Detroit Become Human.
So that stayed in the top 10. It was
stayed in the top 10.
It was number 3 last month, but down to 10, but still there. Another game I need to get.
Me too. I'm waiting for a Black Friday sale though.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting for. I'm kind of waiting for that price to go down on that a little bit. So now we got the back end, which looks kind of normal. Looks like a pretty. There's one on here that Frankie's gonna like. So
let's see.
So we got Super Mario Odyssey at 11. There's no Zelda at 12. Rainbow Six Siege hanging in there.
Yeah, that's been in the top 20 for quite some time.
Yeah, that's another Ubisoft.
It's a game that keeps on giving.
Yep, where no other game has. You would expect the Division and Ghost Recon Wildlands to stick in there, but Siege is the one.
Siege is the one.
They've got to be happy. Ubisoft's got to be happy. So
yeah.
2K18's in there. WWII's in there. MLB The Show.
WWE.
Yes.
WWE.
Assassin's Creed Origins. And here's Frankie's. So it should make Frankie happy. At 18, Vampire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for Donut. I like them.
Yeah. Super Cooper did a stream of that for us.
Yeah, he did.
Which is now over on our YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check that out, go over to our YouTube page and you can check out his stream of Vampire. Tropical Freeze is 19, and hanging in there at number 20, State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2,
Yay.
still there.
I haven't played it since the first day.
I've played it more than that, but I have not. Sea of Thieves is my
right. Yep, I'll go back to it as well. I've almost finished my first Legacy deal. Where I have a captain that finishes their story or a leader that finishes their plot, and then it's almost like you start in a new location with like a new game plus kind of thing. I like the game quite a bit, and they've put a lot into it. They've improved it quite a bit and added a lot of things. The recent Patriotic Pack had a lot of cool stuff in it. But again, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it's Sea of Thieves is my.
It's just so good.
it's so good. Well, and also like we're every night we're playing pretty much together and stuff.
Right, and
So it's like I don't know. It's a very relaxing, social, fun game.
at one part, and then the next part, you're all screaming and everyone's yelling because there's some a-holes attacking us, and we need to repulse them.
Right. Or my controls don't seem to work, and I'm yelling. And
right, yeah. But yeah, no, it's just something. Like I not since I would say like EverQuest or maybe Dark Age of Camelot or have I had that kind of addiction to come back and do it with the people that I'm doing it with.
Well, and you're both doing it. It's like you guys are. This is like the obsession.
Right.
Getting you guys like we played Vermintide one night, and that was it. One night of Vermintide, and then it was bye bye.
Well, and that's why Game Pass is so important. I think for game studios too. I mean, people have short attention spans, and there's like there's so many games competing for your time. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. I mean, they're fighting for your money too, obviously, but it's mainly time. Like if you have like a couple of games, like you have Sea of Thieves takes all my time.
Yeah, but poor Mike gets stuck playing Breakdown.
Well, the thing about you're always welcome to join us. The thing
I know.
The thing about Sea of Thieves is there's really nothing else like it on the market right now. Now, Vermintide is cool, and I liked the bit we played it. I would even play more if I were playing anything else. But I came away with Left 4 Dead feels, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great game, and that's fun gameplay too. But it's not as unique as Sea of Thieves.
That's fair. Fair enough. I mean, I know. Look, you guys have definitely put your controllers where your mouth is on that game. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And if I would have bought it, because I got it through Game Pass, I would have been 100% happy with my purchase.
You guys would definitely have gotten your money's worth out of it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I pre-ordered. I got the controller, and I got
the controller too.
Yeah.
So I thought, I didn't buy the game, so I get the controller instead.
When they put the pets in, I'm buying a pet. That's going to be probably the only thing that they're going to have you spend like actual money on. I don't imagine it'll be crazy, but I'll have a parrot or a cat or something.
Yeah, that will be sweet once they start doing that. I'm curious what they're going to add. It's going to be probably parrots because we've seen those flying around.
I would have to say a parrot because I couldn't imagine what they will do with a cat when your ship sinks. I'm just thinking out loud.
Right. Sam was talking about my problem though, because we're talking about about Sea of Thieves. It's taking so much of my time and enjoyably. I don't, but I've purchased things like I purchased Assassin's Creed Origin.
Oh yeah, cool.
It was on sale for $30. I'm maybe an hour into it. I bought.
That's another time sink, though. If you want to do all the quests and stuff.
Yep. Near Automata, I bought that. It's really good. I like it quite a bit. I think that I definitely want to finish that. But then I'm like, I need to be in Sea of Thieves. I bought Autopath, and I was so excited for Autopath.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Excited. I mean, you've been talking about it for a long time.
God, I really had hopes that it was going to give me my Final Fantasy VI, my Final Fantasy 3 vibes, my Chrono Trigger vibes, and it's just like it's not quite there. I think I explained last time. I think some of it's my fault for the character choice I made and such, and I'm still going to give it a go because it's not like I can sell my Switch because it self-destructed, but but yeah, the I would be kind of interested in Mario Tennis, but I can't make myself spend the money when I know that I've got weeks of Sea of Thieves that I'm looking at right now happily.
Right. Yeah, because you and I were like close to Pirate Legends. I'm like 45 3/4 across the board, and you were like 42, 43 maybe?
43,
42, yeah. So
we're right there. We're not too far from it, and there's not that many Xbox guys that have done it.
Right.
So yeah, we're all about it. And as I said, it'd be one thing if I felt like it was work. If I wasn't enjoying it, then I would tell it to get effed, because that's what I did with Witcher 3. Witcher 3, I was like, no, get effed. But yeah, I just keep going back. There's really some. I think it's the rare thing too. I think it's just I love being in that world that they put, and I love all the little details, like the different shopkeepers' voices and all the stuff, all of it. So yeah, it's hard on the backlog that way. I will eventually get through some of these things. I really want to get back into Nier Automata. That's something I definitely want to finish up.
Well, I need to get back to Neo now that I've got some time. And actually, tonight when we're done, what I might do is I might go and grab that Armored Warfare game. It's supposed to be another tank battle type game, and I might check that out. Might do a little post show stream of that to see if that's any good. I have no idea, but check it out. Okay, so what do we got next?
I don't know. What do we have?
I know what we have.
I know we have Retro Rick, but
We do. We're almost there.
August PS Plus.
Yes.
Oh,
August
yeah, there we
PS
go.
Plus.
Yeah, you're right.
2 very good games.
Mafia 3.
Yeah.
Still need to finish that.
I still need to get it.
Well, here's your chance.
I don't have
Are you-
PS Plus.
Ow! Oh,
I should. But I don't. Should almost get it for the games, because that's a really good game.
yeah, because they also have, I think, this month there's also another, what's it called? PSVR game on that, too.
Ah. Yeah, this looks sad. Looks sick. But Mafia 3, man, I remember when Joe was on this show, Western Drake, man, that was his game.
Yeah.
He loved Mafia 3. Loved it. And I heard a lot of good things about Dead by Daylight. But just I need a PS Plus membership, I guess. I guess since I've got Xbox Live through Bing Rewards, cuz I don't buy that either. I could yeah, but the problem is now I get it, and then when it's
And then you don't have time to play it.
right, and then when the subscription's up, then it's gone. See, other than PlayStation Now, they need a Game Pass type thing. Sony needs a. I would subscribe to a Sony Game Pass in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would do another subscription in a heartbeat. So, maybe they'll work on something that's close.
I don't know if they will, though. Or at least that's good.
They need to. So, speaking of Game Pass, I do have, just real quick, I do have the list of games that came out this month. And
Oh, yeah.
hang on, I'll bring it up real quick. So, a great month of additions here. Starting with Hitman, which, I'm also going to do. The Escapist Walking Dead, which I heard was really good. You mentioned Disney's Rush.
Yeah. That will be fun to play with my daughter. I
I've heard
almost
good
bought
things
it
about
like
Ruiner.
the other day. Because
Yeah.
it was like, it's been on sale a few times, but I thought like, we'll see.
Yep. Dead Rising 2, which was great.
It's a great game, but
I never played the second one, I don't think.
Oh, you should. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
And
if you like the franchise, it's like in my opinion the last good one. But anyway,
Oh,
come on. 3 was good.
oh, 3 was good.
oh no, I'm sorry, 3 was good. I take it back.
Yeah.
3 was good. So the last good one was 3, but 2
Well,
2 was pretty
4,
awesome.
So hold on, about 4. 4 was decent, but I will tell you that the more fun piece that we had was Peter and I doing the horde mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that'd be something. I had only done the single player, and I didn't care what they did with Frank a lot, and it didn't feel like they didn't have the timers were pulled out. And I know I'm the weirdo who wants the timers. Everybody hates the timers. I hate the timers. I hate the timers. The timers are what made Dead Rising a thing. But Dead Rising 2, if you've never played it and it's on Game Pass, go for it. I just mentioned it because I own it and I own the remaster. It's one of those lazy kind of upscale remasters, but whatever. That didn't really excite me. But I heard good things about Ruiner. I picked up Hitman myself. I don't know what Dandara is, honestly. Mm-hmm. And Rise, I played the mess out of already, but I might fire it up just to see what it looks like on the X.
It's Rise.
But,
Rise.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Rise. Yeah. It's the one. It's the original. You gotta play that if you haven't.
It's got a Wars prototype. So I would say that it's really pretty. I did enjoy that game quite a bit. I think it got a bit of a bum rap because it was, it was a launch title, so it was in the middle of Backlash period.
Well, it was the problem with Rise is what they showed. They showed pretty much everybody called it a QTE fest, and they admitted it too. They were like, "Yeah, this probably wasn't the best demo we could have put out." But
again, but that's okay for some games, but it wasn't going to be okay for that game right then because of the backlash. I mean, it just was doomed from go because of the backlash. To call it a QTE fest is kind of ridiculous because it's not really any different from any other.
It's not a QTE fest, but the problem is what they showed looked like it, and that was their first impression of the game, and it was not a good first impression.
Well, again, it would have been only such a bad first impression, except that everything was going to be negative about it right then.
Well, in that time frame, a solid hot game would have kind of quelched a little bit of that, and Rise was going to be that game.
Never was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't. I'm telling you, if they had the lineup that if they showed this,
their lineup was way better than the Sony lineup at launch. It just was, and
their lineup was great, but what they showed of Rise was not. It's just it. It's what they showed. If they had not had if they didn't have the button pressing part in it, like if you didn't show the button presses, I think
there would have been some other thing found. There would have been some other complaint that would have been blown out of proportion. Absolutely. The real issue with Rise was that the difficulty was too easy, and it would let you see all the wicked animation. It was its party piece, no matter how badly you played. If you fouled up a combo, and it would play out anyway, and then it felt like there was no incentive to play well. You could just kind of button mash your way through it.
Yeah, that's
the difficulty that you unlock when I played through it again on the higher unlock difficulty. That's where it should have started, because then if you didn't finish the combo, you lose. You needed those combos for their benefits, like the health regen and the extra damage, and it became key to play well, and that's when it felt good. Also, I think that they should have made it so that the animations for the executions should have broke if you broke the combo, because then
I agree with that. I agree with that.
You can only see them so many times before you're just like, meh. Especially when you don't have to really do anything to make it happen. It'd be like if you could one button your way through God of War. That was that was his biggest fault, in my opinion, was the difficulty thing. I mean, having played it, once I got past the fact that it wasn't going to be touted, it was going to be shat upon, and I played it. I found it was better than the treatment it was given, but it still had flaws.
I'm trying to go back and look to see what some of that was. I mean, even the PC version didn't fare well either, and that you figured the PC version came out a year later, to the PC.
Then you're back dealing with the first impressions.
So. Yeah, but to a different market. It's.
Yeah.
I think that they.
But from the same media.
Right, who did not have a problem with the PC.
That would have been a if it hadn't been tainted by being an Xbox launch title, it would have had a better reception on PC.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the PC reviews, and they're pretty much the same issues. Like, no one's saying anything about, about
well, they're not going
to
they're not going to say it.
The best review that came out for it was, if you're in the mood to spend a weekend enjoying some graphic ultraviolence with your brain turned off, then Rise Son of Rome should make a nice addition to your library. That's not terribly, and we're talking about it here, that's not terribly untrue. And,
no, definitely, that was that difficulty thing that I mentioned.
It's, people were, Shack News. Rise is a decent game given its length, but it's one that's certainly more fun to look at than it is to play, or fun to look at than it is to play. So I mean, it's.
And then you're getting into subjectivity.
And then again, but that's reviews are unfortunately reviews are always subjective. That's you can't get around that. My reviews even were subjective. It's what we're looking at when we're playing it. But my point is that I think that the game was also something new for Crytek, where they were coming out of CryEngine. They were coming out of Crytek 1, 2, and 3. They tried something different, and like anything else, never decided. They were going through money problems too at that time. Would have been nice to have expanded on that and moved into a second game, which may have fared better.
This is definitely a place where Microsoft let things down, in my opinion, is especially at the first part of this generation. I mean, honestly, we haven't seen much in the way of sequels, so I guess through to today, they had a real run of one and dones. They had a real run of, you had your Rise, you had your Sunset Overdrive, you had, I can't think of it now, but games that just, could have definitely had a sequel. They didn't treat it like Sony treated Uncharted 1, which didn't exactly set the world on fire, but look what it turned into. Microsoft, if it wasn't a hit, they walked away from it.
Right, and even in games like, what was that one I was playing? Gravity Rush. The first Gravity Rush didn't do well, so they made a second Gravity Rush. That didn't do well either, so I think they're done with Gravity Rush, but at least they gave it the old try.
Right.
Like, people are clamoring for another Sunset Overdrive, and I just don't think we're ever going to get it.
No, I don't either.
Quantum Break. We're getting Control. We're not getting. I think I saw. De Niro's talking about it in there. Alan Wake. Alan Wake's dead, and it's funny because even Remedy says it's dead. We can't find anybody who wants to do it. They want Microsoft to do Alan Wake too. They're begging for it, and it makes no sense. But that's neither here nor there. So here's your Game Pass games for August, which is really what we were trying to say in the first place.
I think it's a solid month, though. I mean, Ruiner and Hitman make it worth the $9 for me.
Yeah, Hitman alone.
Yep.
It continues
because it's the whole thing. It's the whole season.
Yeah. And Niall, it's we're in a different era. We're 5 years removed from all that stuff.
Right.
So that's why developers are joining them now, because we're not in the same area as we were then. So
also, money is things people like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ninja Theory wrote a nice piece on why they did it.
Yeah. And I went back and looked at while I was on Metacritic. I also looked at Crytek as a company, and before we get into why this and why that, they did Robinson the Rescue on PS4. It was rated worse than Rise, if you could believe that. Rise wasn't. I mean, Rise got a 60. Yeah, this one didn't do much better. So Crytek, their top rated game, as far as their games in total, is not even mid-70s. So we also have to chalk it up to Crytek. Crytek's one of those studios that their shit looked good. It was really cool. Their Cry engine is great. They didn't make great games. Crysis was a decent game, and then it kind of just. And so, Crysis on the Xbox 360 and PS3, for example, got an 81. Okay. Crysis 3 was mid-70s. Warface for the PC, which came out in 2013, 62. Far Cry Classic came out in 2014, 58. Robinson the Journey came out November 8th, 2016, 64. So, I mean, Crytek by themselves, there's a reason they were going bankrupt. So that's the other part that I wanted to kind of inject in there. But I think the overarching message was play Rise.
Yeah,
it's
worth a
play
play.
Rise.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. It's definitely worth a playthrough. That last sequence, without spoiling it, it's pretty. It's pretty awesome.
It was. It was a twist that I didn't see coming either. That's when you go, holy crap, and you just go, no. Yeah, I'm with you. So, all right. You know what? I think we can. I think due to the time, we'll table the GT Sport microtransaction. Other than to say, who cares? Anybody care?
Don't care.
As long as you can play the game without,
Yeah.
But let's table that.
Because it turns into a larger question of microtransactions that I think bears bearing out, but not tonight because it's already 10 of 11, and I know Juan needs his beauty sleep for work. So
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so we're not
we don't want to table the retro rec. So
no, we do not want to table the retro rec. No, we could not. No, negative. No tabling. In fact, that's where we're going right now. There is no tabling the retro rec ever. This is a good one.
Already. Yeah, one I like from back in the day anyway. Guess that makes sense because it's my thing. But anyway, we're going back to, you go ahead and kick it off. We're going back to 1994 today on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System 4, Super Punch-Out. It was developed and published by Nintendo, developed by Nintendo R&D 3, who were founded in the 70s. They primarily handled everything related to Nintendo console hardware and associated peripherals. In 2015, they were folded into the Nintendo Platform Technology Development Division, so they kind of went defunct then, or carried on in that other division. In their time, though, they made arcade machines and software as well, including the arcade versions of Punch-Out and the arm wrestling sequel. The Nintendo 64 and GameCube were also theirs, and all of the accessories and peripherals like the Wavebird and such. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out and Star Tropics on the NES, so two hallmark titles on the system. The Wii, of course, and all of its associated thingy doodles, like the Motion Plus and the Balance Board. But perhaps most importantly, the Game Boy Advance SP, the greatest handheld device to ever exist. The publisher Nintendo, of course, was founded nearly 129 years ago as a playing card company. They tried several years at different businesses, taxi cab services, love hotels, an instant rice company, and a TV network. In '74, it moved into video gaming by securing the rights to the first Magnavox Odyssey console in Japan to distribute it. '77 saw their first own hardware, the Color TV game. '83 saw the introduction of the Famicom and the NES, of course, legends. '89 saw the announcement of the greatest console to ever exist, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, launched in 1991, and brings us to this era of this game. Today, they're the third most valuable company in Japan. Now, our gameplay here is a single-player sports game, and it's one of the... I don't have a ton of sports game in the rec so far, but this definitely qualifies. In which the player controls a nameable boxer as he vies to become champion of the WVBA, the World Video Boxing Association. Gameplay is much like previous versions with a couple new twists. You control the boxer from third-person perspective behind him, with the boxer translucent on the screen. You can use jabs or body blows from either hand to attack the opponent. You can also... when you go to do that, they can block the punches, so you have to choose to attack where their gloves are not. Like the first two arcade games, you have a power meter which fills as you land punches and decreases when you get hit. When filled, you can throw knockout punches like uppercuts or hooks, and rapid punch, KO punch flurries. The knockout punches have a little bit of a delay, a little wind-up when thrown, but they cause significantly more damage to the opponent. The player also can block attacks that are not strong punches. Strong punches must be ducked or dodged. Also, this game, with some of the kind of zany characters, you're dodging kicks and hair whips and all kinds of stuff. But you can also duck high punches or sidestep body blows. Both the player and opponent have stamina meters, which are, of course, get depleted as you get hit, and when they run out, you get knocked down, but they get up again. You're never going to keep them down. I'm sorry. Anyway, the player will build power as you fight, and in the picture in the corner there, where you can see the face of Juan in this case, or Little Mac, behind him, that color will change as the round goes on, and when you hit that red, then you get that fully powered up, and so your punch power and speed increases. Here we have another one of the colorful characters, Bob Charlie. So it's a good fun with that. If you get knocked down, but you get up again, the amount of time between the knockdowns determines how much of the stamina you get back. And so, and while the opponent is knocked down, the player can jam, in tradition, can jam on the buttons to regain stamina. If 10 is counted before they can stand, it's a knockout. If there's 3 knockouts in the round, then it's a TKO win. It's not represented on the screen, but there's actually a dizzy mechanic as well. Knockout works. But there's a dizzy mechanic where you can land a certain number of punches within a certain time, which varies by character. You'll get them stuck in a little dizzy animation, and a well-timed knockout punch will be an instant KO. And so it's kind of what the high-skilled players look to do. The player cannot win any rounds by decision. So you have to either knock them out or TKO. If it goes the distance, you will lose. When you lose, you burn one of the continues. When you're out of continues, you have to start the circuit over. The circuits, there's 4 of those in the game, different with the minor, the Cobra League and such, and they 4 boxers apiece with a champion each one. We saw the bald bull, which of course is a punch out. Standby, a long time punch out character. Mr. Sandman here, and later we see Super Macho Man as one of the bosses. Mr. Sandman was the original punch out boss on the NES, as trivia would have it, before Tyson came into prominence, and then they kind of redid it to be Mike Tyson's punch out, which of course is very famous. And then, of course, he had his tribulation, so it became Mr. Dream on the NES version. Unlike the NES predecessor, this game features a battery backup, so you can save your progress, kind of auto-saves as you go. have 3 different save files as opposed to the password system from the NES system. Perhaps a little known fact, at least I didn't know it, was that in development, Charles Martinet got his first work at Nintendo voicing the announcer and the referee and some of the opponents in this game. So that's the voice of Mario. So the current voice going back probably all the way back to like 64 when Mario got a voice. I can't remember when Mario's first voice was. I almost want to say it's the me, Mario, and that was everybody lost their stuff. It was received really well. It's ranked currently on Game Rankings at an 83.5. GamePro praised its deceptive challenge, its large sprites, and great sounds. That was GamePro. Game players applauded the large, colorful graphics and its easy-to-learn controls. The official Nintendo magazine praised the game's outlandish characters, saying they were the real stars of the show, each with a unique personality and style. And I think it's great. It's I agree with that. It's the different characters and learning their patterns. I think really what it's all at. The character is nameable, kind of boxer template, if you will. Electronic Gaming Magazine (EGM) criticized its unrealistic style, but nonetheless stated it still has fantastic gameplay. Nowadays, it's available. They sold a bunch of them, so it's pretty much available widely. Copies on eBay were ranging from less to $10 to $20 for loose carts, and of course more than that for various states of being boxed. If you look here on the score, you can see Ken Lobb at the top because he was part of the production on that as well, which is kind of an interesting little side note. But I really enjoyed it coming up when I was a kid. I thought it was a fun game to play. I like the art style and the Zane characters, and it's still today fun to pull a good combo, do a duck, and hit him with this jab and stun him and hit him with the big hook. So that is why it is this week's retro recommendation.
Nice, good stuff.
Thank you.
Punch Out was always a neat game. I used to play. He's like playing it in the arcade a lot. Mm-hmm. And it was a the first real boxing game I ever played in the arcade was called Ring King, and it sorta kinda had a little bit on that.
I remember that.
But Punch Out just took it to a whole nother arena, and it was really I played it in the arcade, before I became a Sega fan, so I at least played Nintendo games in the arcade. But it was a really good game. I miss a good boxing game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about time that EA got off their ass and did another Fight Night, right?
You would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure will be nice.
All right, boys. So we have covered everything that we need to cover tonight, and it's 11 o'clock, so
11
I want
o'clock.
to get Juan out of here so he can get some sleep.
Perfect timing, if you may, I may say so.
Yeah.
Usually try to be lights out by 11:30. Although a few nights of skeleton fleets and things like that have made that a little difficult recently. But
yeah,
that's the game.
No,
I think I'm
kidding.
gonna try to. I think on the upstairs Xbox, I'm gonna run a little Hitman before bed.
Oh,
All right, well, that's not going to be our fault then.
Yep.
Hey, at least you're already in bed. You can say go in bed late.
That's right.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I have 8 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. My 5 run from Tuesday to Saturday, and Saturday mornings are usually pretty slow. So I have a chance to get some coffee and be all right.
Right.
Before I have to help Grandma turn on her TV in the morning. It's a lot of morning calls with the old people trying to figure out how to turn their stuff on.
Yeah.
Nice. That's always fun. So, all right, well, good. We're going to get on out of here, but I'm not going to get us out of here. Peter's
I guess I will.
Peter.
No, everybody in the chat room, thanks for watching.
Participating. We appreciate it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
chat was lit.
I love how they don't just watch, man. They are part of this. They are part of this, and that's what makes it awesome.
Tell your friends and their moms.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's that means a lot, when when your friends come online and be there to support us. That's fantastic.
But tell a friend. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
So we need more subs. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. So yeah.
I just want more people in the chat.
I do too. I want more people in the chat.
Yeah. So many people that you can't even read the messages. Like, what?
Well, I can slow it down. That's the cool part.
Oh, you can slow it down.
I can slow it down.
Otherwise we have to, catch it in a reruns. No.
Well, we'll just put 2 chats in. We'll put one and it'll scroll
chats.
over to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. No, but everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Crazy One.
Oh,
for
great night.
Having an awesome show. And thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, 9:30 on Friday, Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We hope. Just to be precise, otherwise people who don't,
they don't have
the daylight savings time, they get all confused.
They don't have that.
Hawaiian Friends, and there's some more. So
they don't have that in Arizona.
Exactly. There you go. Well, guys, game on, and Mike, roll the outro.
All right, play on, gamers. We're out of here.